Hi, Steve here, welcoming you to this video on Maria 5. What is Maria 5? If you're scared of laying, you need to watch this presentation. In this, we'll show you how our unique software takes the scariness out of laying and gives you some control, whether you're laying dogs, horses, sporting teams. Then the Maria 5 software will be a welcome addition to your betting arsenal. Thanks for watching this Maria demonstration on our Maria 5 software. Okay, let's just a brief background on Maria and Maria 5. Maria is a lady that in 2007 showcased to the world on her blog a staking a staking plan for laying in regards to what odds the horses was to how much she staked. And in a 303-day trial using her own selection methods, we don't give you the selection methods in this software, although you do have the option later if you want to purchase a PDF that has 15 laying strategies. But back to what Maria did, in that 303-day period, she actually turned a £3,000 bank into over 100,000. Now, a lot of that is attributed, obviously she had a good way of picking lays, but with laying, as opposed to backing horses or dogs or sports, in laying you can lose very quickly, and the panic nature of a lot of punters or a lot of bettors is as they start losing, they lose all control of the money management, and it's no control in money management and laying is fatal to any bank. And that's where the Maria staking plan is so vital for people that want to lay horses, dogs or sporting teams. So let's show you how Maria 5 as a staking plan works. The software is very simple and you can see it here on the screen now. So let's just set up as if we were going to open the software for the very first time. So what we plug in here is our initial capital, our current bank, which obviously being our first bet matches the initial capital, and what exchange rate are you paying on Betfair or whatever laying exchange you're using. If you're in Australia, you'd be maybe looking at 6.5, or if you're in England, commission of 5. We'll just use 5 here. Okay, now an important thing in the Maria strategy is that she has a ratchet plan, whereas the bets don't decrease unless the bank has a 35% fall. So in our case, the bank would have to get down to 650 or below before our betting sequences would reduce. So we'll just tick the apply ratchet for this demonstration today. Okay, so what we have now is we have a panel of 5 here where we can put in 5 bets. Okay, we can click the next 5 and continue on. It will repeat the screen here for us. So basically what we have here is if you are going to work or golf or fishing and you want to put it on your lays before racing starts in the UK, a bit hard in Australia because obviously the markets aren't formed, but certainly in the UK in the morning the markets are forming and you can put your lays on early. This is designed to either do that or you can follow race by race. It's up to you, but that's the beauty with this software. So let's have a look at a typical day's racing. Say for example we've got a horse called Hayburner. It's at the 2:30 at Ascot. So we can put this in the name and description here. At the moment it's at 5.5 in the lay market, so we can put in 5.5, and if we push go, it will tell us now that it wants us to stake £6, dollars, euros on Hayburner in the lay bet market. So what I'll do now is I'll just fill in the rest here. I'll pause the video and I'll be back in a sec. So I filled in the fields there, and we'll just put in some odds here. Now with the Maria system, you cannot lay software, and that will not let you lay above 11 decimal or 10 to 1. Just show you. So we put in these odds here, so all we need to do is click the go button, and it tells us in this green column here how much we are going to be staking. Say for example Drummer was 11.50. We push go, we get this warning sign here now telling us no bet, price is over 11. Okay, so we would either have to wait till the price dropped or change this horse for another one. Okay, so there we have the 5 there now. We can go and put our bets on Betfair or into our bot or whatever, into our, but this is actually placing the bet. This is the amount that we need to place. The software here doesn't place the bet for you, it tells you how much to put on. Now another feature on the Maria software here is, like we have on our Spread 5 and Dutch 5, is the plus and minus. If we click the plus sign, then what happens is it doesn't matter what we bring up, the software stays on the screen in front of everything else, which is very useful when you go to your bot or go to your Betfair screen. It means the information here is not going to disappear. Okay, so we've got that here, we've got these horses, we can go in and put our bets, and now what we can do is we can click next if we want to and go and do some more, or we can save all this data and exit. Would you manually like to save it? Always push yes again anyway. Okay, so the Maria software now has been turned off. So let's say we've gone out, played our 18 holes of golf, had a couple of pints and come back home, racing's finished. Okay, so we just open the software, we push load data file, and it just tells us that we're about to update the current bank, etc., in the new session. So what we do now is, you can see here we've still got our original initial bank of 1,000, current bank, etc. So what we need now to go through, pull up Timeform or whatever result information service you use and go through. So we just go through and we have a look at the 230 at Ascot. Hayburner lost its race, so it was a winning bet for us. Long Run ran second, so it was a win for us. Short Legs at Ripon actually won, so we click here, it won the race, so it was a losing bet for us, so we click that. You can see here now that we're minus 12.8 for the session. Smoking ran Stone Motherless, so that was a win for us, and Drummer got beaten into third place, so once again another winning bet for us. So it tells us now on this session here that we lost £3.30 and our return on investment was minus 0.33. Okay, so we can now save this data and exit. What happens is where Maria is stored on your hard drive, it has a summary, and I'll just bring the summary down now. So it has a summary of the bets that we had. So we can see here now, Hayburner at 230 at Ascot, price was 5.5, we bet 5.7. Now this has already had the commission taken off us, so when it works out everything, so we can see the liability and we can see how the bank was going as it went through. There's our losing bet there on Short Legs. So all that is kept on a day-to-day basis, and that's what the software runs off. So you have a record there that you can print out also if you want to. Now let's bring up the software again. So say for example it's the next day. All we need to do is bring up the software, and if we click load all data, okay, it comes up with our initial bank, our new bank, because we had that loss, it's showing we're under our start bank now, keeps the commission the same, and all we need to do, it's still got those horses from the previous day, we just click next 5 and away we go, and we repeat the process again. Now you'll notice if I just put in here we put in here layer 2, we can push go and we can see it says 10. Now that 10, that is a percentage of the initial bank there. It hasn't taken it from this current bank because with the ratchet clicked, it will always go to our start bank or our highest bank. So that's a very important feature, and this ratchet applied in the Maria system makes a big difference with your returns in laying. Okay, so that's Maria in the ratchet mode, and what I'll do now is I'll show you just quickly if we were to take the ratchet off. Say for example we just wanted to bet race to race live, we can take the ratchet off and I'll show you what happens there. So back in a sec. Okay, I've set the software, I killed the data and all that, so we're starting fresh again. This time we're not clicking the ratchet here, and I'll show you. This is if, say we were going to open the software and we were going to follow the racing for a day. So I've just typed in the same horses that we had. So we put in the first race, the 2:30 at Ascot. We push go and it tells us the bet is £6. Okay, the race is run and Hayburner doesn't win the race, so it's a winning bet for us. Now we'll see here, see the current bank now has changed, and what will happen is now when we do the long run, say long run for example was at 5.5, if we click go now, you can see the £6 bet now has crept up to £6.03. This is because it's working now off the current bank as we go along, and not the bank at the start of the day. This is because we've unticked apply ratchet. Okay, so as we go along, we can see here that the odds keep changing and the bank will keep changing. I mean the amount that we bet. So short legs lost. So we can see now our bank's dropped down to 983. Now, if we just put in here smoking again at 5.5, we remember when we did Hayburner at 5.5. Sorry, wrong slide. When we did Hayburner at 5.5, it was a £6 bet. So if we go here now, it won't be £6 because it'll be working now off a smaller bank. So we can see now it's £5.90 it's asking us to lay on smoking. So as the bank changes, so do these odds change, so do the amount that we bet, because as I said, it's working off the current bank. Where they apply the ratchet rule, which is the rule that Maria uses in all of her demonstrations and that, the bank doesn't change. The bets don't go down unless you lose 35% of your original bank or 35% of the bank at the highest point. So if you started with 1,000 bank and you got up to 1,500, then the 35% would work on the 1,500. So if the 1,500 bank dropped more than 35%, then the ratchet rule would apply and all settings would be set to the new bank. But until such time as it lost the 35%, it would always keep working on the highest bank of the day. And this is a very powerful tool in the Maria staking plan. Okay, so that's the two ways of using Maria 5. If you use it with the ratchet applied, which is ideal if you're betting, doing all your lays at once, turning off the software, or even in fact if you're going by race to race and leave the ratchet on, your profits will increase better with the ratchet on than without it. Okay, so on behalf of Max, the creator of the software, and myself, Steve Davidson, thanks for viewing this video, and we hope that you see Maria as a valuable asset to your punting. And also don't forget, there's the added bonus if you want to purchase the 15 laying methods that you can use in association with the Maria software. Thank you.